Alright. Hello, Pokemon trainers. Professor Chime here. Let's talk a little bit about the big press conference that happened a little while ago. Unfortunately, my uh, whole thing was interrupted throughout it. It was a lot of lag, and I think it might have been on my end. It might have been on their end, but it's all right. And whatever it was, I was able to get uh, a lot of what I wanted out. The problem is then Pokemon put in a copyright claim. So I'm doing this video to talk about it. That way, I can at least say I talked about it. Um, Apparently, I'm in an unsupported resolution on YouTube. Sorry about that, if that is what's actually happening. Alright, so let's go down the list. The second that the press conference ended, I actually got a press release from the Pokemon Company's PR company, which is Triple Point. It says, "Hi Jesse, at a press conference in Tokyo today, the Pokemon Company unveiled new upcoming titles, mobile apps, hardware, and more for Pokemon trainers around the world to enjoy. Key announcements from the press conference include a new cloud service, and blah blah blah." It just goes into it and talks about it a little bit more. So first thing on the list is, in my opinion, the best thing, which is Pokemon Home. Pokemon Home is basically what we have as the new Pokemon Bank. And what that means is your Pokemon Bank, first off, from your 3DS, will be able to transfer to Pokemon Home. It's a mobile app. It'll be a mobile app. So what you'll do is, in some way, they'll have a way to get your Pokemon transferred, whatever's in Pokemon Bank, into Pokemon Home. Cool. There's that. From the Pokemon Go, you can transfer from Pokemon Go to the Pokemon Home app. When it comes to Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, those transfer as well straight to the Home app. Sword and Shield, on the other hand, transfer either direction. So you end up getting if when Sword and Shield comes out, probably around November. We're thinking it's probably November. We'll find out next week. We will find out on the 5th. But when it comes out, eventually, usually it's a few months later, they end up initiating whatever the Pokemon Bank addition is to it. It's usually not immediate, takes a few months, and then from there, you're able to transfer to the Pokemon Bank. In this case, it would be Pokemon Home. So with Pokemon Home, you will have the ability to go Sword and Shield back and forth, which means anything that comes from the Pokemon Go, Pokemon Bank, or Pokemon Let's Go will be able to go to Sword and Shield. But once they go to the Home app, that they're done. You can't transfer them back to the old ones. It's probably just to be able to keep backwards compatibility, blah blah blah, that whole 9 yards. And it makes a lot of sense, but it makes me always happy that we have some sort of method, and they're going to continue to give updates on it. And that is the best part about the whole thing, is there's going to be future updates. There's going to be future additions to it. A lot of times, if you've ever used Pokemon Bank, you know that sometimes that's how you get event Pokemon, and sometimes it's like the fully evolved versions of starter Pokemon and different things like that. You know, like a Blastoise, Charizard, and Venusaur kind of thing, where it was a login during this time period. Pokemon Home will most likely do those kind of things in the same kind of vein. So there's that. That's the first and foremost when it comes to everything. Next thing is Pokemon Sleep. Pokemon Sleep is weird to me. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how it's going to be used, because Pokemon Sleep seems to be its own app that's separate from Pokemon Go, but it might work with Pokemon Go. and it's really hard to tell what it's gonna be because they're wanting to make sleep into entertainment. That's the way that they explained it. Um, so you end up getting this. It's a Pokemon Go Plus is what they called it. About this big. It's a honker. Oop, it's probably about the size of my phone, a little bit smaller, I would say, based on the pictures they were showing. Um, and when they showed it, he pulled it out of his pocket. It was big. It's a Pokemon Go Plus in the same way that a Pokeball Plus is, minus the Joy-Con, I'm sure. But it's flat. It doesn't have anything to attach to anything. From what I could tell, it's weird because even in the when they were showing Pokemon Go, the girl was holding it in her hand like if I'm supposed to walk around miles just holding this in my hand, and like some sort of beacon. No, that's not how that works. I get the Pokeball Plus and or the Pokeball itself just dangles from my wrist, and then it buzzes, and then at that point I'm able to click the button and move on. But this is weird to me. Pokemon Sleep might end up being a cool thing, honestly. Um, and it's supposed to like give you rewards when you're at night and getting good night's sleep. It's supposed to help with getting a healthy night's sleep and all that kind of jazz. But it's still a little strange to me. I'm gonna uh, keep an eye out for it. I'm sure I'll still get it, knowing me, but I don't know how much I'm gonna use it outside of just using it for sleep. Um, Oh yeah, we have a Detective Pikachu game for the Switch coming. Pokemon Detective Pikachu 2, basically. We don't know an exact name. There could be a subtitle. We don't know yet. We'll probably find out more. It says fans can expect more details about. Okay, so the original Detective Pikachu game. For the 3DS ended on a cliffhanger, and this Pokemon game will be a conclusion to that story. Cool. If you've watched the movie, they did say that this has a different ending than the movie, so that's a cool little thing to take note of. Um, I'm not gonna lie, it, it's something that I'll probably get, and I'm really hoping we get a port of Detective Pikachu, the first one from the 3DS, over to the Switch. That way we can play Detective Pikachu and Detective Pikachu 2 all on a single system. I don't doubt that that'll happen. I just don't know when. Um, let's see. Pokemon Quest coming to China was really cool because they're getting some extra features like PvP and some online play. And that was one thing that I really, really hoped would come to our version. And there's still a chance that might happen once they see Pokemon Quest does very well or whatever in China. So, crossing my fingers because I actually really like Pokemon Quest. That was really a fun game. Pokemon shirts. Pokemon shirts are the Japanese exclusive, like really nice button down dress shirts and the pocket squares, and they're just very snazzy. They come in 151 different flavors in from the original Pokemon, and I think they've done more since then. But I think they've gone into Johto and further. But we're getting the first 151 here in North America, and I'm really excited about it. That's going to make me go broke because I will be wearing so many Pokemon shirts and starting to wear pocket squares. I don't wear pocket squares, but I would wear a Pokemon pocket square. Um, and it doesn't say when, but they will come to America and Europe. Last but not least, Pokemon Masters. Pokemon Masters is very cool. It's a mobile game for iOS and Android devices, and honestly, I can't really argue. It's a really cool concept. It brings together all of the famous Pokemon Masters per se. whether it's Red or Cynthia or gym leaders like Brock and Misty are in it, and different characters from different games all coming together. I'm really curious if it fits into canon at all because it looked like Red was still young. So is that the what Red is that? What Red are we getting? Are we getting the Red from Red or Fire Red or Let's Go or even the older version from Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon? We don't know yet. But the Ken Sugimori art is slick. It is nice. Um, I'm doing this as a live stream, and I see someone. Hey, Delbert. Pokemon Home actually intrigues me. I doubt you'll be able to use it for Sword and Shield until post game, but I love that all the time spent with my GBA, DB, or DS, 3DS Pokemon games can be used with next gen. Now, that's not necessarily true. In Pokemon Bank, you didn't have to have a fully completed game to be able to use Pokemon Bank. I think you just had to be past a certain point, like get a Pokedex or something like that, and you can use Pokemon Bank when it comes to that. I think it's just Pokedex, and you're able to open that up. So I don't doubt that they would keep a similar concept where, not being able to use their flagship, one of their big um, selling points to the mobile market, until you've completed the entire campaign. I don't see that happening here. Um, Also, apparently, Pokemon Go has a chance to encounter Snorlax that are laying down and deep in sleep, and Pokemon Go beginning today. Tell you right now, I was in the game just a little bit ago. I did not see any Snorlax, so I'm gonna pull it up right now, and maybe we'll see a sleeping Snorlax. They actually know the move Yawn, which is very cool. Oh, I actually got the snoozing with Snorlax uh, thing here, and I have no Pokemon around. Hopefully, something will pop up. Maybe. There was a Chikorita that I caught just before this video when I was checking for the Snorlax. I'm not seeing any. I'm gonna leave that there until I finish. Um, I'm excited for next week's big direct. It's a 15-minute direct. There's a lot of information you can get out of that in only 15 minutes. A lot of people in my stream earlier were asking if I was going to stream that, and no, I am not. That is 9 a.m. for me. I am not going to stream at 9 a.m. on a work day. Um, so other than that, things that I'm hoping that we get to be able to see during that stream, during that direct, is of course a new trailer. We're gonna get one of those, obviously, but more Pokemon to add to the Pokedex, like just other than the three starters. Maybe we'll even get to see some of their later evolutions. That would be cool. I want to see more of if it's a Pokemon League in the same sense of older games with the normal gyms, or if it's going to go the route that Sun and Moon did, where it was more like trials, or if it's a mixture of both. I'd really be excited to know one way or another on that. Um, I really want to know if what kind of mechanics we're going to be getting again. Different things like that. Um, Sad that there wasn't any Diamond Pearl Platinum remake news. Why? I mean, it, a lot of people, I hate to say it, Diamond Pearl and Platinum were okay. They were good games. More accurately, Platinum was a good game. But Diamond Pearl, Platinum really smoothed that out. And by the time Platinum came out, then Heart Gold and Soul Silver were fantastic. Um, but I digress. Diamond Pearl will probably get a fourth gen remake eventually, but they don't. They're not trying to focus on that right now. Um, they really, honestly, need to put all their effort into Sword and Shield, and what I'm gonna assume is after that we'll probably get Let's Go to the Johto ones, and I am a-okay with that, especially with Pokemon Home working with us starting at that point. Um, honestly, this was a very, very informative press conference. It was tons of information. I'm really excited. They seemed really excited about their new Pokemon centers that they're opening in different parts of Asia. I think one was in Singapore and one was in Japan as well. Um, I really want them to bring some more over to North America. We've got like the North American one over in New York, and I think that's about it, honestly. But uh, honestly, I think this was a fantastic press conference. Usually don't get nearly as much information out of these in the past. Usually it's oh, here's Pokemon Go. Here's information about Pokemon Go. Have a good day. Or here's Pokemon Quest and some information about Let's Go. Have a good day. This was a series of a ton of information. It's very clear now that Toho has joined the board of directors. That was another thing that happened early in the press conference. The board of directors got the guy from Toho, which worked on Detective Pikachu, and they were really excited about that, and they really hinted that they were excited to work into the future on future movies. So I'm really happy if we get some sort of Detective Pikachu spin-offs, or even just other parts of the uh, real live action world. Uh, Double checking here, still no Snorlax, but in any case scenario, thanks for joining me, everyone. I am tired. It is past midnight here, and I've been talking Pokemon more or less for the past over 3 hours. Um, so don't forget to check out ProfessorChime.com, which takes you straight to my YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe over there. Go check out some of my videos. Hit that like button on them. I always appreciate it. And stay cool, Pokemon trainers. Can't wait to see what we get next week. Have a good night.